And we have a Zen game. Zen is my favourite hero to play into from the MST characters. Can't say I love him. Still kind of overpowered, but it's not the worst. I think I keep 3 healing potions. He's not actually blistering aggro. So I'm pretty happy with what I've got in here. This may be a game where we actually find out if these newly added Earth's Embracers do something. May also be one where we find out they do nothing. Okay. I mean, I get to start on a lot of life, and he has not dropped anywhere in a arcane barrier. So... he's obviously going to prevent that one. I'm just doing this as force of habit. I should have just gone straight into that. So I'm not going to play both sigils. I will put one into my arsenal because it makes more sense to do that since I can hold one of them. Yeah, I probably actually should have not activated the Surgeon as a comment for people watching this and trying to get hints. Just because it let him pitch a second card and he probably didn't want to. So I probably did want to, should I say. So he's going to have a pretty big chi turn. Lovely chi turn. I've got a good blocking turn though. I can block with 3 and play a healing potion, and that's perfectly fine by me. Many crouching tigers. Do I care which of these? That is less useful, most likely. There's no real need to sync these cards because I could draw less block or a worse hand or something. Like, take one from that. That is upsetting. That's not what I want to do with these, but I do not want to have to deal with that. Weakest link is really good in Verdance. It is the one I least want to see of these cards. As I say, you know, I'm willing to give up a backing activation into it because I do not want to have to lose things. It's not so much about protecting the potion either, it's the fact that he gets to draw a card. Which means he would have a 5-card hand for this turn. And I don't want him to, is the simple statement. I'm basically going for full block here because I don't have a blue, so I would rather just play all the life gain out and, you know, I don't have a turn basically. Stay on 40 life. Okay, so I've got a turn this turn coming. This is nice. The question here is, do I go for this? This is quite a lot of damage. I think, as ineffective as some of this is, I probably want to... we'll see. We'll see what he's threatening. I can only block 3, basically. I've got to keep a couple of these. Because, I need, say, the blue and, hit them with that bit of the combo. There's a potential that I go for nothing. Just because it might be the better move. I take 3 less, he takes like 6 more in potential. I just don't care about any of these. His Zen's on hit stuff is very uninteresting for the most part. So he did me 12 damage. It's quite a lot. But we get to retaliate now. So we'll do the Surgeon. See if he, I don't think he's going to like panic do anything is the thing. So we have the Ether Flare coming in for 4, and then this snapback's going to be in for 7. It's going to be quite a big trade. Not the best use of mana, but as I say, I get an extra 3 damage, and I took an extra 3 damage. I'm kind of fine with that. I say Zen's a weird one in that, sometimes he will just go absolutely nuclear and kill you. A lot of the time he's just a slow ninja, and I don't care. That's the simple statement. I don't care if he's a slow ninja. This has combo on. Do I care? No. I don't think I do. I was thinking, do I want to throw the bark skin in, and I don't think I do. So he gets a tiger. It's it's something. We're done blocking this turn. He now gets to just flurry me with whatever he's got left. which is a lot of 0 damage tigers at the moment. There'll be some nonsense. I mean, I know there's a lot of just weaving them in to get the bonus, so they are doing something, but as I say, I just don't care what he does this turn. That's big. You know, big as in it hits hard, but it doesn't do anything, so I don't care. Drops me to 18 though, so I'm somewhat behind, but the thing is I have Storm Striders, so unless I get very unlucky, I still just get to blow up at some point. No. It's not what we're clicking that. Ooh. I'm still playing it. I'm very happy for him to take 2 less damage and not have a card. Oh, this is a weird hand. This is not a good hand coming up. Luckily, a lot of it blocks. Depending how little he does though, maybe none of it blocks, so I can use the Surgeon. Basically, this is worth 4 damage. The alternative is I just play the Felling and I block a lot of stuff, which might be the other option. Because, you know, it's only for 4, but it'll take a card off him. But we're certainly not blocking 100 Winds, so... He's got to present me with 3 damage things or I don't care enough to block. That's the big deal here. Okay. So now we have a choice. I think we're going to block out with those. He's got a lot more health than me at this point, but still feel okay. It's not a very big Felling, but we'll take a card off him. That's kind of the more important part of it. Remove the worst cards first. We don't care about turning our ability on, basically. This game will not be about it. Most games are not about her ability. How much health do we have? We have at least 4, so we can decompose everything we want to. Finally something to actually block. I cover this fairly often. There is one yellow Decompose card in this deck, which is in here purely because it brings me from 3 copies to 4 copies of Reaction Decompose. And my ideal play in most things is to do a react before I play the felling, so I get the extra 4 damage. Makes a big deal, you know, he would have lost 4 more life too. The felling, if we could have played it in a different order. It's a big deal. But he did very little with that turn, which is good. So I'm just going to have a load of life back and commit that piece into Arsenal. These are some very shit hands I've been drawing. So I'm going to double block this just because I think it's a more efficient thing. I don't think it's going to have a very high gas turn, so I don't think that 1 point of overblock is going to make me upset. I think we're correct there. That is a very good last card. That puts me on far too little life. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack 1 healing potion to then play the other. I think he's probably won this at this point. I've had a couple of really low energy turns and he's going to just keep coming in with a constant pressure of damage that I'm not sure I can survive. We'll see. I might pull it back. I'd love to obviously get a channel turn off. I've just really, you know, the time I drew all my channels was just a very red bad hand and I couldn't, and I'm now probably too low to take the time to play them. Given what we have, we're going to commit this in. No, full stop that, and it will make, if he does do something else, it gives me a decent out in terms of blocking. I'm on 5 life, so I could be really, really precious at this point. I might also threaten him into taking a more defensive turn, depending what he feels like doing. We'll go with that. Yeah, I'm definitely dead at this point. He's going to be able to keep this pressure up forever. So again, we have to use up the healing potions at this point because we don't get a choice. He's just too high to combo kill at this point as well. I've not been able to get that chip damaging. If he does have a really rubbish turn, I can regain some life, but I think it's very unlikely to happen. The Kadachi chips are not actually that scary when you have life gain, but I'm not sure I'm actually going to get anywhere with that. So there's the big hit, and there's the decision process from me. I could go for that flare. I think going for the flare is a better choice than trying to regain some life. Much as they're both poor choices, but I've got to block with something. Let's say that. Give me a sorry. I am better blocking with the flare because I can do the heartbeat and I can use my ability because it's going to turn on from the root bound. That is my better angle. So block with you. This gives me some chip. I don't think it's going to matter all that much, but because I think he's going to want to try and keep his whole hand here. Ooh, that's even more interesting. So he's using his hand up on this. He's coming in with a 2-card hand. I can deal with that, if I'm honest. Do we just need to keep gaining life is the honest thing here. As much as a big rampant combo would be lovely, it's very unlikely to happen. So I think we're going to go for this. This threatens a reasonable amount of damage here. He'll be able to prevent it with the wax off here, but we've taken a card off him again, which is good. And then we're coming in for a healthy 6 with the pulsing, so he is getting chipped down quite fast. I actually get to Arsenal a sink below, which is kind of a big deal, to be honest. I'd like him to get a 4 damage attack in earlier rather than later, because that would be very, very helpful for me. There we go, perfect. Because now I can do the sync and I can mess with my hand slightly. Okay, so now I know what I'm playing with. Going to continue taking this because I actually have a relatively good play if he doesn't do a damage with that last attack. Okay, so he doesn't. So let's try this out. Got away with murder that turn, and we're going to do a lot to him this turn. He just had that weak turn up, which gave me my tempo back, and I'm now able to pressure him. He's apparently going to take everything in an attempt to kill me on his next turn, which makes sense. He's got a 5-card hand, I can't survive it. But I have quite a lot. Like, he's really going to get checked. This is where Verdance's ability does do something. Where someone's trying to conserve their momentum and, like, yeah, this is a lot of damage he's going to take. This is, and he's going to lose some hand. Not that I think that matters because, you know, I'm going to try and Striders kill him. Oh, in fact, no, I'm not. He's going to explode. That's exactly lethal, I think. Yeah, good game. There's very good odds on me being able to Striders kill him if that wasn't lethal. I didn't realise he'd actually let himself go solo. But that's a relatively typical Zen matchup. He had a hot turn in the middle, but he didn't really have 2 of them. And if he doesn't, you win. He's a weird one. Like, people find him scary. I don't find him that scary as a mid-range deck, and I'm not entirely sure why, because like I get the feeling he should be doing more, but I've played against a lot of Zens, including some pretty good ones, and it doesn't happen. Not sure, but yeah, fear the Mind Warp, and fear the janky hat plays.